Welcome back to Alaskan National News. My name's Henry.
I'm Miles.
I'm Caitlin.
And this is episode 5 in the series. Big shout out to our 7 subscribers that never listen to our recording, or to the 0 audience that listen to our recording, but shout out to you guys, Anthony. Also, we want to apologize for the weird upload schedule. We all have very busy lives, and
we hate each other.
Yes, we hate each other. And there's just been some issues with Audacity, but now we're back up, and we have our 5th episode for you guys.
What's the theme?
Today's theme is going to be punk.
I thought it was spooky, scary story.
That's going to be, well, we're going to have that anyways, but
What punk bands?
just a bunch of stuff I found on freemusicarchive.com. Also, shout out to them for providing us all music.
Oh my god.
Chill.
You can't be
Anyways,
serious.
we wanted to start off with a little scary story, getting right into the Halloween spirit.
She does
We
this
have-
thing where she attacks me with blankets now.
We're going to get back into the Halloween season. We have Miles to read us a little scary story. It's called Fried Chicken, and it's from Our No Sleep. Go ahead.
One of the most quintessential aspects of the American South is the deep fried chicken. It's served at every event, from weddings to birthday parties and even funerals. So when my father opened his restaurant 40 years ago, he decided to put himself a step above every other chicken place and raise his own chicken to butcher and fry. My mother cooked while... Is this just all about chicken?
Just chill. Just keep reading. God damn it. You guys ruined the mood. It's a 4-more-minute story. Just
My
read
mother
it.
cooked while he stayed out back with the chickens most of the time. And my younger 2 brothers played in the backyard as the restaurant was built next to our home. I remember the days we spent catching bugs, snakes, lizards, and all other sort of small creatures my brothers and I could grasp our fingers. We'd always go to see our parents for meals, and they cook us fresh food every time. Is this for real, like, horror story?
Yes, I'll get to it. Chill. Damn.
Okay, how do I scroll down?
I forgot you were a fucking PC bitch. Alright, well, let me know when to stop.
Oh, stop. Soon after, I met and married my beautiful wife, Karen, and we had a little girl, Melissa. That's the name of my sister. That's weird. My life had been going pretty well up to that point, but soon after the birth of my child, my dad was diagnosed with lung cancer. It was caught in its early stages, and so it was very upsetting. We were all thankful that there was something to be done about it.
Let me know.
Stop. Okay. A few years ago, my father's passed away. Yeah, dude, how long is this?
It's 4 minutes long. Just keep going.
Okay. A few years ago, my father passed away. He had lost his battle with cancer, and our whole family was there for his funeral. At the wake, we had fried chicken made with his very own special recipe, while my brothers and I traded stories about from his childhood. We were all deeply saddened by our dad's passing, but no one was as hurt as Liam was. Soon after the funeral, Liam picked up where Dad left off, running the store, butchering the chickens, and helping Mom cook. While dealing with his grief and the pressure of running a business, he finally caved and hired a few people to help him out. But that wasn't enough. Even with the extra help, Liam wasn't very good at management. The restaurant quickly began to dip as my poor younger brother struggled to keep everything afloat. My mom called me one evening to tell me how worried she was for him. She began to notice that Liam was drinking more than before, but every time she brought it up, he would shut down and try and change the subject, so she stopped prying. She finally begged me to come see him and speak to him. Being the oldest, I felt responsible for him. I told Karen and Melissa that I would just be gone a few days, and I went to confront my brother. I called Josh when I got there, telling him what had been going on, and he agreed to come and talk as well. We both sat at Mom's kitchen table when Liam clumsily walked through the door. Josh looked at me nervously as we realized he was definitely intoxicated. "Hey guys, what's going on with y'all? How have you been?" he asked with a large grin. "Mama." Dude, you have to do the lines and you have to use a southern accent.
I have to do that?
Yeah, you do. Go for it.
Mama said you've been having a hard time since Dad passed, Josh reported sympathetically. We thought you could use some time with your brothers to cheer you up. Okay, I'm doing a better job of this. I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
I don't know why you asked me in the first place.
You had kind of a ghostly voice, so I thought you'd be great for it. You know what I'm saying? But Mama told us you've been drinking
Hold on,
more.
pause it again.
Okay.
Are you saying that you thought it would take the same amount of time to read out loud than it does in your head?
Yeah.
Henry, it takes like 5 times longer.
All right, so there's strike 2
That's not like a real.
To be honest, I was skipping over passages too. Anyways, so that's our second attempt. We'll have a great story for you guys next time. Right now, you guys are going to be listening to Leaves of Grass by Rations.
All
Enjoy.
I talked about was.
Death to my medicine, it's my medicine that's making me fall. It's the balls, and you sweat like you're stopping at a hole. I felt 10 years ago, watching another two fall. Smell the buzz, and won't think about nothing at all. Moment of clarity, another to rise. Don't wanna be what they grow to despise. If we stand for 100 feet above, forgot about work and found a new love. What's the fun finding my goals for my souls? We stand for 100 feet above. Forgot about work and found a new love. What's the fun finding my goals for my souls? For my souls. For my
Hey, welcome back. You were just listening to Leaves of Grass by Rations. Up next, we got our Miles's 1-minute sports news. Miles, proceed. We're just going to give it an even 6 so it's easier to measure. Okay, and all right, go.
Okay, so Ezekiel Elliott is this guy who plays for the Dallas Cowboys.
That's a basketball team, right?
No, it's a football team because
Great.
yeah, I only follow football really and baseball though. But anyway, Ezekiel Elliott has been like arrested, I want to say, for like beating his wife, and she like it's like the NFL is kind of like prolonging like the trial and like the appeal and stuff so that like they can like keep him playing. And I just wanted to know if you guys think that's like ethical or not.
Question is, did she deserve it? That's the real question.
Oh wait,
Not
he
the-
beat his girlfriend
His
Yeah.
wife.
I mean,
to
they're
death?
No. Just like often.
little,
Normally, it
little
sounds
paper
like.
cut.
No, like we're talking like
Damn.
he's a football player. He like
Okay.
Doesn't mean he doesn't have
So
feelings.
this is how I feel. I feel that it's just too much of a concerned that there are so many instances in which specifically like sport athletes
Yeah.
beat their girlfriends, and that's because when you compete in athletics, like in order to always keep you at that level in the performance, you like need to build up some sort of like emotion
Mhm.
through it, and for many of them, I think it's anger, and so they channel that so much in their lives that it's just like an easy way for them to answer to any sort of like small aggression. They just automatically go to like, okay, like use my body as my weapon, you know?
Yeah. Because they don't have any arguing skills.
So I think like I think he shouldn't be able to play, and I think they should stop him. Not only because it's inappropriate and you don't want like someone like who does that to be like hypothetically rewarded with fame, so they should stop making playing. But in a sense, it also will help him because he needs to like focus on a different aspect or like factor of life that isn't one that's so centered around like his physical capabilities.
All right, great. That was Miles' 2-minute sports news. Thank you for checking in for that. Up next, we got Teenage Freakout by Mules.
You came out of nowhere. Never saw such a beautiful pattern. How did you get in? Or did you get in? Oh yeah, it's true that I'm hungry. So her put her mouth around. Ready to come when I shoot the gun. That little girl with the beautiful pattern. You came out of nowhere. Never saw such a beautiful pattern. How did you get in? Or did you get in?
Welcome back. You were just listening to Teenage Freakout by Mules. Up next, I want to talk about something that I just kind of found out. There's no real commentary I have for it. I just kind of wanted to point it out. Do you remember when we watched Neo Yokio? Those of you who don't know, Neo Yokio is like this anime on Netflix. It's god fucking awful. I don't give a shit what you fucking say about it. It's awful.
It's awful. You know what? To be completely honest, if I get the money, I might buy a giant Toblerone.
Okay.
That's what he fucking
It's so, it's like
That's
one...
what he fucking said to me today. Those are the words he fucking said to me.
Yeah, there's a
Wow.
giant Toblerone in the series, and I kind of want one. Anyway, so yeah, it's a
That's
really
like that's the character of like the series.
it's like a really bad show,
It
but watch it if you're
represents
drunk.
The series is like a chocolate bar.
Yeah, no, that's what the main image that came out of it was just giant fucking Toblerone. Anyways, in one episode though, they kind of had these 3 bitches. They were like hiding out, and I've never heard of this before, but they were committing hikikomori. Remember those 3 girls that like locked themselves in the room?
Henry, I don't remember
When they
any
stab
part
themselves?
of
No, they didn't stab themselves. No, they tried to kidnap
that.
the
No
main
one
character
else
who's played
knows
by
what you're
Jane
talking
Smith,
about.
wonderfully by Jane Smith.
Henry, you're the only one who's actually like watched the series enough to know like specifics
Okay,
about
well,
it.
anyways, there's 3 bitches, and they commit what it's called hikikomori, and I just looked it up earlier this week, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Essentially, what happens, usually it's Japanese dudes, like young Japanese dudes, they get there's so much pressure in society to like just constantly keep it like a straight face and to like just be this perfect image. So what they'll do if someone like gets mad, so say if they're a server and they have like a really grumpy customer, sometimes they will lock themselves away for over a decade in their room, not having a job, not going outside ever unless it's like to get food. And like they just lock themselves and just play video games, go on the internet all fucking.
For 1 decade.
Yeah. Sometimes it usually lasts like 2 to 3 years, but some have even gone like above 20 years, and they don't talk to anyone. I think they talk to their parents, so they're essentially like the man children of Japan. Like they don't leave their room. Only thing is that I feel like man children don't really have any direction in life.
Well, how did they get the new games?
They buy them online, dude.
If they're online, can't they go on like online chat rooms and stuff?
I know, but it's still different than having no human interaction.
Like they don't see
But
anyone.
don't they interact with each other?
No,
No.
It's not like a
Wow.
club where they like get together. It's like, hey, are
No,
you
These
antisocial?
are like
Yeah.
these people that.
I thought they were just like a group of people
no,
who
it's
No,
just
just
like
like
a type of person.
Yeah, it's just like something that people do. So it's like it's kind of like being a man child, or like living at home, but like it's like a thing though. It's like a disease, and they're like trying to prevent it. There's nothing, like I said, there's nothing I really wanted to comment on about Japan. Like there's nothing I can really say or provide any
I think you
solution.
just did. I think that was a comment in all of Japan.
All of Japan, they're those fucking Japs.
Yeah.
Oh wait, can I insert something?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I would like to ask Henry's opinion on the Japanese fucking masterpiece movie Your Name.
Oh yeah, Your Name's fucking amazing.
It's such a good movie.
It's so good because like the animation's actually really fucking dope.
Wait, is that the one where they like take your
Switch
name?
bodies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that.
Yeah, they switch bodies. Yeah, I invited you to it, but you
It
didn't
was
go.
the
on.
I really
best
wanted to
fucking-
go.
It's the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
No, it really is.
I
It's a great movie.
cried.
It sounded like really interesting.
It was so good.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of sucks about it, though, is like you constantly think it's going to end, like it's just going to keep ending, and then like it finally does. But
So in essence, what the movie's about is that there's two people, a boy and a girl, about the same age, and they're like in high school, and they sometimes go to sleep when they fall asleep at night. When they wake up the next day, they're each other, and so at random times they don't know what triggers it. They just like are each other, like switch bodies,
Yeah.
and they don't know who each other are, like who the other one is.
yeah,
But it just happens, and it kind of walks you through that process of what's happening there.
no, it's a great movie. I highly recommend it. Anyways, the next song you're going to be listening to is "The Color and the Sound" by Graves. Enjoy.
All my clothes in a state of mind faded to gray, and as I ran away, I knew what to say. My rabid need for confidence is like frothing at the mouth, so I spat out, "Someone help me," and felt sorry for myself. Well, just go and watch the cars pass by my window. I think I'm apathetic, but just flat out pathetic. You would know.
welcome back. You were just listening to The Color and Sound by Graves, a dope fucking track. So, last weekend when we were supposed to record this, it was our homecoming weekend, right? Like last weekend was homecoming? Yeah, so last weekend was homecoming weekend, and we wanted to do this segment, but we couldn't really find time to like get together, so we're going to talk about this now. We're not talking about our fucking homecoming weekend, we're talking about our hometown murders, since we're all sadistic fucks. So I wanted to talk, Miles, do you want to start? We'll just talk about like just a murder that kind of shook our community up.
Okay. Well, in middle school, like there was this. I don't like know the huge specifics, but
Yeah.
one of my friends' dads, actually both of their parents got murdered.
What?
Yeah, they were like shot dead in the street because like this guy, her dad,
Yeah.
he turned down this guy for like a promotion, and it wasn't a huge promotion either. It was only like $400 more
Yeah.
or something.
Oh.
And he
Like
killed
per
him?
yeah, it was really fucked up, and I always remembered because I felt like super bad because the week earlier I accidentally like opened a door in that girl's face.
Uh-huh.
And
That was a
it
girl.
It gave her a concussion.
What?
You're a dick.
Yeah,
What the
I
fuck?
felt so terrible.
Jeez, mine's not that sad. There's just a kid I knew in grade school. I want to say it was first grade, and I probably was like decent friends with him, but one day I kind of noticed that he wasn't there anymore. And I just kind of learned a couple years ago the reason why he disappeared that year was because his dad shot his mom, and then he shot himself because his mom was thinking about divorcing him.
What?
Yeah, so you have this fucking orphan kid now who's like already kind of developed a good relationship with his mother and father, and now they're both gone. And yeah, it's just really unfortunate.
That's terrible.
I mean, a murder homicide, you can't be like super close with your child if you're gonna do that.
I know, really. Also, I think she's also planning on taking the child. Also, if any of you know the Chubby Bunny death, you got like the Chubby Bunny, right?
The
Yeah.
challenge?
The challenge, yeah. Pretty much, I think the big death, death of that happened in my hometown too. They were having a school competition for it. Yeah, it was like sponsored by the grade school, and a girl, she was like 12, and yeah, she died at where I went to grade school. And I think it's on what's that show? The one about 1,000 Ways to Die. It was portrayed on 1,000 Ways to Die. They just call it a different town, but
That's fucking nuts.
I know. But yeah, that happened probably in like the 90s, I think. So I wasn't born then, but that was just like another death that happened. And anyways, Kaylin has like several, so you can just keep going till the time runs out.
Okay, so there was this mom so sometimes mothers develop postpartum depression, and what that means is that it's when after you have your baby you become very depressed, just because I don't know, you believe it's a big responsibility, or I mean it's stressful, so you become depressed. And part of that is sometimes they want to kill themselves, but also they feel like they love their children, and they feel like it'd be so wrong to leave their children like in a world without like a mother, so they kill their children too. So that's like usually why whenever you hear stories about like moms killing themselves or their kids, like it's usually because like situations like that. So anyway, there was a woman in my neighborhood growing up, and her kids were like maybe really young, like maybe like 6 and 8 or something.
Yeah.
She like forced them both to like drink like kind of like toxic chemicals, and killed both of them, and then herself.
That's a real syndrome, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
Yeah.
so weird. Like you literally,
You've never heard of that before?
no, like
Well,
you're, but it's
sometimes
just
they won't want to touch their child. Like they'll never after it comes out, they're like, I don't want to see it. No, I don't want to.
what?
Yeah.
I feel like that's so weird because it's like you're so excited for this child. Like wow, I'm so happy I have
No,
this
that's
child.
the thing. Like they
I'm
like
gonna murder him.
they
as soon as
become
he's
so
born.
in love with like the child, and then like when it comes out, they feel like they've lost it.
Okay, actually, can I post a different question with now that the topic we're on this?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so my roommates today, we had a conversation. We said, would you rather be in love or have a child? We said, would you rather have a boyfriend or have a child right now? Because we were talking about how much like they love babies and they love like they want to be a mom so bad, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was completely one half and half. 2 of my roommates said, like, more than anything, they just want a baby. Like, even if there's no guy in the situation, like, they just want a baby so bad.
Miles
And
hit him
then
up and leave
The
him.
the other half, Jess and I were like, no, we want to, like, be in love. Like, we want a boyfriend before we want a baby. And I just, like, think that's interesting that there are women that, like, focus on, like, relationships with people. And, like, there are people that, like, have such a strong maternal instinct that they're like, no. Like, I don't care about, like, being with someone for myself. Like, I want to...
To be honest, I would like a baby. I actually just visited my newborn cousin, and I don't know. It just feels kind of cool because you can literally make them do whatever you want. You can make them their little slave.
You should not be a parent.
Henry, like, clip yourself right now. Go to the Home Depot.
What about you? Would you pick love
Find
or
some,
child?
like, I mean, I don't know if I want, like, a child anyway, like, at all, so...
Miles just wants to commit Hikikomori.
I don't know what that is, Henry.
It's
no
when
one...
you lock yourself in the
He
Japanese
just
thing.
explained it. I don't know what that is. Are you fucking joking right now?
Yeah. The Japanese thing.
Well, I didn't know that was...
I just explained it.
I thought it was on the anime show you were talking about.
It was on
I
the
didn't know
anime
it was like
show.
a real... Henry, get your hand out of your pants.
I'm just fixing my dick. Anyways, continue.
Continue with what?
Do you want a child or
I just
GF?
told you,
Do
Henry.
you want big titty goth GF or what do you want?
What?
That's what we were just discussing. Do you want big titty goth
titty
GF?
goth
Oh, fuck.
GF.
Do you think Lane's gonna bring his girlfriend to the party?
Miles, do you want big? Quick question: do you want big titty goth GF or no?
I don't, probably not, but also I don't really know what that is.
I think it's pretty
Big
self-explanatory.
tittied, I guess.
Goth
I
GF.
don't know. I mean,
That's
that's
pretty
not really
self-explanatory.
my...
That's my.
Okay,
You
so
wouldn't.
thanks
You
for
wouldn't.
tuning
Wait.
in.
You wouldn't. Wait. One. This is the most important question. You wouldn't fuck Elvira. You're telling me you wouldn't fuck Elvira?
Probably not.
God.
Also, probably because I never meet Elvira. Ever.
I know, but if you
Wait,
did,
who's Elvira?
she's that girl with like the really big tits that like goes on those horror host shows. I'll show you a picture later. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to Alaskan National News. I'm Henry,
I'm Miles.
I'm Caitlin.
and your final song today is going to be "De Queso o de Papa" by Plaga de Bay. Enjoy.
Goodbye.
Hey guys, just one last thing before we go. Just a little reminder, our next episode is going to be the very special Halloween episode. So be sure to tune in for that. We got our very special metal music playlist, as well as an actual horror story that will be finished. So, yeah, look forward to that next week. Bye.